Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is your Survive and Thrive this holiday season series, and we are being joined at the moment. Sorry for our delay in starting all of this. We've had some technical issues. So I'm just going to bring in my co-host, Jen. We've had a bit of a change of stuff today. So Jen's going to come on and we're just going to have a conversation about blocks. So one moment, please, as I just bring her into the studio. There she is. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for joining me last minute. Yes, she's in a car, everyone.
I am in a car, and I'm not driving. I have a driver who is graciously driving for me. So
and we thank him for that. So we've had just a bit of an issue here today. So we're just going to kind of go through some of the stuff, unfortunately, Karen wasn't able to join us as planned. So Jen and I thought we would just come on and talk a little bit about how to release some of those blocks that you may have for the holiday season. So,
well, you know what? The way that all of this kind of unfolded and everything else is such an example of blocks and all of the different ways that they come up and, manage through.
Indeed. So we just go forward. That's what we do. So that's kind of what that's what we're going to do over the holidays. We're going to survive and thrive over the holidays. That's what we're all about. So in terms of blocks, this was the topic for today, was releasing those blocks. So I know that I have a couple of clearing statements that we can do. What do you do for releasing blocks with your clients, Jen? So this is Jennifer Jurkofsky. I didn't even do our intros today. My goodness. I'm Tanys Coughlan from the Twilla Lifestyle Community, Twilla Lifestyle Academy. And this is Jennifer Jurkofsky. Welcome, Jen.
Thanks so much. Yeah, and you can my holistic self. So it's a good intro. That's good.
Yeah. Thank you all for your patience with all of this. So, how do you work? So Jen is a psychotherapist, and she works with people all the time in that stuff. So I'm wondering how you help people work through those kind of blocks, Jen.
Well, and I think it's important to kind of step back for a second and look at what we mean by block, kinds of blocks that can show up, and especially over the holidays.
Okay.
From a psychotherapy perspective, how do we deal in our thinking, right? Mm-hmm. So have a core belief or a negative cognition that is really holding us back, being able to open ourselves up to possibility, or being able to see things in a different way, right? And so sometimes we have these blocks that happen that really get us stuck in our negative cycles and in that kind of place of suffering. And so when holidays, not everybody enjoys this time of year, right? This can be a lot of people, depending on your experiences, your connections with family. And so, I think really when it comes to blocks in this sense, blocks that are holding you back from being able to connect and be open, or are there things that take time for yourself? Don't feel like you have to oblige everybody. Kind of paying attention to what's coming up and then diving deeper into, you're right, we always talk about the message. What is the message? What's the why behind it? We can uncover, is this a block? Is this something that I need to deal with, and something that is really a sign for me that's saying, no.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. because we've talked about this on Twilla Talk a few times. So Jen and I do Twilla Talk, and we'll be on tomorrow as well to talk about empaths. But we've talked about this being the observer of those emotions, and I think that's part of what you're speaking to in terms of just observing, what is that block, and is it that uncomfortable feeling that we get? Is that what a block is? Is it something that's uncomfortable enough that we feel we don't want to do it? And is that fear that's a block? Right?
Yeah. And the other piece too, when I was saying about how this all kind of played out tonight as an example, and blocks are within us, and we have to work on that. But sometimes the blocks are external. Things just, right? And whether that's, other negative energies, malicious could possibly be that's external of us, that comes up, and know why. What's really happening here? Is it me? Right? Am I and getting myself all caught up in, not being able to do it? Or is there something else?
Yeah.
Right? And is that block that has to be addressed and cleared?
Yeah. And there's numerous ways we can clear those things. I mean, I think a big part of clearing blocks that are external is like our reaction to them. How do we react, right? Exactly. Like we could have been all flustered. Instead, we were like, okay, well, let's do this and we'll get on.
How to make it work. I'm in a car. It'll work.
So, a lot of it is our reaction to things as well. And so the clearing statements that I have, it's very much about, acknowledging that we carry those things and saying that I am that, because I am that and everything else. And so the clearing statements are quite interesting in terms of that. And one of them that I have is about fear. So that would be a good one to do for blocks. So I think in terms of that, we should probably do something like that with this time frame. So maybe what I'll do is I'll read the block, the statement for clearing, because it's a clearing statement is what it is around fear. And so what I would like people to do is just repeat that to themselves out loud and just see how that feels to you. Okay. And then you can let us know whether it works for you. Okay. So why don't I do that? And then we can talk a little bit more about it, Jen, once because I don't know that you've heard this before. So you may have. We've done a lot of work together, but I'm not sure that we've actually done these clearing statements. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. So when we get to the point in this, everyone, I want you to, where it says, I rise above it, I want you to envision that you're leaving that fear behind and you're rising above the fear. Okay. So what I want you to do now is I just want you to close your eyes, take a deep breath. Just relax. And then just repeat after me, please. I am fear. I am.
I am fear.
And besides me, there is none other.
Beside me, there is none other.
I am the power of attraction that lies within fear.
I am the power of attraction that lies within fear.
And all the various connections and roots.
Various connections and roots.
And ways it shows up in my life.
Shows up in my life.
So I set myself free.
Set myself free.
And I rise above it.
And I
to a time and place.
To a time and place.
Where I am free and clear.
Where I am free.
And living an empowered and courageous life.
Sorry. And living an empowered and courageous.
Full of love and joy.
love, and joy.
And just feel that leaving the fear behind. And a deep breath, and just release the energy that goes along with that. So just leave a note in the comments, please, about how that felt for you. Was it good? Was it not? I want to also acknowledge that this was given to me by a dear friend, Brian Calhoun. And so thank you, Brian, for that. And yeah, there's more of those that we can put out. If you are interested in those, just reach out to me.
Oh, sorry.
Just reach out to me, and I can forward that information to you. Whether or we can do it together. I'm not sure how. Yeah, it's good. Okay, so just reach out and we can chat about that if you have any interest in that. There's also the Ho'oponopono, which we've talked about numerous times. That's another way to break through those blocks. And Karen Stillman does a technique, the subconscious release therapy. She does a class once a month with us with the Twillo Lifestyle Academy, where she does some group sessions where she does some clearing and stuff as well. So please stay tuned for some of those. They'll be coming up soon. And thoughts, Jen? What were your thoughts on all of that? Oh, we're not here. We're not hearing you. Okay, so just more of our stuff. So I'm just going to maybe move on, and we'll just finish this up. We'll just finish this up today. So please reach out if you want to work on more of those blocks. Stay tuned for more classes with the Twillo Lifestyle Academy. Hopefully the rest of our week will be smoother. You'll be noticing that we have different ones all week this week at 5 p.m. Eastern for Survive and Thrive this holiday season. It is our it's our set of sessions, I guess, or our little series about surviving and thriving as an empath or a clairsentient or sensitive this holiday season. So please join us for the next 5 days. We'll go through till Friday, and then again at 5 o'clock. And then we'll also be on Friday evening at 7 p.m. On Ramsey Cheedy's show, which is Open Mic. It's a show that I co-host with him, and we'll be having some special guests as well, Jen being one of them, and Gary Chatham. We have other stuff coming all week, and so I look forward to seeing you all 5 p.m. Eastern Standard from Monday to Friday this week. Take care, everyone.